Huddy Sports presents a live Huddy production. Keep up to date, huddysports.co.nz.
In the world of electrical and mechanical contracting, complexity is a given. Finding a partner who can handle it all, that's where it gets simple. At NME, we spent over 30 years mastering the art of integrated solutions, from high-end electrical and mechanical engineering to comprehensive HVAC and 24/7 maintenance. We don't just fill a gap, we power the whole project. With a team of over 150 experts across New Zealand, we bring the scale of a giant and the dedication of a local partner to every site. NME, Precision Engineering, proven reliability. Visit us at nme.co.nz. Here at Huddy Sports, we love a good game plan. And when it comes to travel, our go-to is Louise Reddy from New Zealand Travel Brokers. Whether it's a sports tour, a family break, or that bucket list trip, she'll get you there stress-free with all the best deals around. She's local, she's experienced, and she backs the game like we do, and she's a great supporter of Huddy Sports. Look up Louise Reddy at louisereddy.nztravelbrokers.co.nz or email louise@louise.reddy@newzealandtravelbrokers.co.nz. Travel smart and travel like a pro. Looking for the perfect place to park up? Welcome to Joe's Garage Wellington. Local legend based on Tory Street, where the coffee is always hot, the beer is ice cold, and the food is built to fuel your soul. From a world-class breakfast to kickstart your morning to legendary burgers and late-night entertainment with family and friends, Joe's Garage has got your back. It's honest food, great tunes, and even better company. Joe's Garage Wellington. Swing by, grab a seat, and make yourself at home because everyone's welcome at Joe's. Joe's Garage Wellington, 56 Tory Street, Te Aro, Wellington. Blocked drains, leaky pipes, don't let plumbing problems sideline your day. Call the team, Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Mike has been our sponsor since the very beginning. From quick fixes to full renovations, he's got the tools, the team, and the know-how to get the job done right. First time, every time. Local, reliable, and always on time. That's how Mike plays the game. Find Mike Pinfold at Pinfold Plumbing at extra.co.nz 027 430 4351. Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Also Google Mike Pinfold Plumbing and let the pros handle the flow. The Huddy Hui, Huddy Sports captivating sports show. The Huddy Hui covers Wellington Club Rugby as well as other sporting topics of debate. Tune in on YouTube during the rugby playing months as host Brad Hudson interviews rugby players and other sporting personalities across the Wellington region and the rest of New Zealand. Catch the Huddy Hui streaming on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and wherever good yarns are heard. The Huddy Hui live on Huddy Sports.
Hi, Gavin Murphy here
And Cassie Murphy.
from G and Hickton Funeral Directors.
Don't leave it up to someone else to tell your story. Do it now when you can enjoy being part of the conversation.
With a prepaid funeral, you can have music, readings and venue all chosen by you.
For your free funeral planning pack with everything you need to get started, go to our website at gnhickton.co.nz/pre-planning.
In the world of electrical and mechanical contracting, complexity is a given. Finding a partner who can handle it all, that's where it gets simple. At NME, we spent over 30 years mastering the art of integrated solutions, from high-end electrical and mechanical engineering to comprehensive HVAC and 24/7 maintenance. We don't just fill a gap, we power the whole project. With a team of over 150 experts across New Zealand, we bring the scale of a giant and the dedication of a local partner to every site. NME, Precision Engineering, proven reliability. Visit us at nme.co.nz. Blocked drains, leaky pipes, don't let plumbing problems sideline your day. Call the team, Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Mike has been our sponsor since the very beginning. From quick fixes to full renovations, he's got the tools, the team, and the know-how to get the job done right. First time, every time. Local, reliable, and always on time. That's how Mike plays the game. Find Mike Pinfold at Pinfold Plumbing at extra.co.nz 027 430 4351. Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Also Google Mike Pinfold Plumbing and let the pros handle the flow. Looking for the perfect place to park up? Welcome to Joe's Garage Wellington. Local legend based on Tory Street, where the coffee is always hot, the beer is ice cold, and the food is built to fuel your soul. From a world-class breakfast to kickstart your morning to legendary burgers and late-night entertainment with family and friends, Joe's Garage has got your back. It's honest food, great tunes, and even better company. Joe's Garage Wellington. Swing by, grab a seat, and make yourself at home because everyone's welcome at Joe's. Joe's Garage Wellington, 56 Tory Street, Te Aro, Wellington. The Hurry Hui. Hurry Sports captivating sports show. The Hurry Hui covers Wellington Club Rugby as well as other sporting topics of debate. Tune in on YouTube during the rugby playing months as host Brad Hudson interviews rugby players and other sporting personalities across the Wellington region and the rest of New Zealand. Catch the Hurry Hui streaming on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and wherever good yarns are heard. The Hurry Hui live on Hurry Sports.
Hi, Gavin Murphy here
And Cassie Murphy.
from G and Higton Funeral Directors.
Don't leave it up to someone else to tell your story. Do it now when you can enjoy being part of the conversation.
With a prepaid funeral, you can have music, readings, and venue all chosen by you.
For your free funeral planning pack with everything you need to get started, go to our website at gianhicton.co.nz/pre-planning.
Here at Hurry Sports, we love a good game plan. And when it comes to travel, our go-to is Louise Reddy from New Zealand Travel Brokers. Whether it's a sports tour, a family break, or that bucket list trip, she'll get you there stress-free with all the best deals around. She's local, she's experienced, and she backs the game like we do, and she's a great supporter of Hurry Sports. Look up Louise Reddy at louisereddy.nztravelbrokers.co.nz or email louise@louise.reddy@newzealandtravelbrokers.co.nz. Travel smart and travel like a pro.
lovely.
Tēnā koutou katoa, no mai haere mai, welcome to Fraser Park, which is the temporary home ground today for Petone Rugby. The council only allowing one game per field in the Hutt Valley after the terrible rain that we've had over the last week and a bit. But the field conditions here at Fraser Park are immaculate conditions here today. It is Petone taking on Johnsonville here at Fraser Park, which is mainly the home of the Avalon Wolves, but today it's the home of Petone. It's also Anzac Day today, so we will be very soon having a ceremony out on the field. The last post will be played. Petone is 6 on the table, and Johnsonville are 9th on the table. Petone 2 wins, 1 loss. Lost in the rain against Old Boys University last week, a result that no doubt Petone will be wanting to avenge today. Johnsonville, just the 1 win up against Wellington last week. They've lost to Old Boys University in round 1, and also lost to Norths at home, which was a bit of a surprise result. Joining me in co-commentary today, Murray Blanford is away in the kitchen, so I've got All Black legend and captain Andy Leslie. Andy, many thanks for coming along.
A pleasure, and I apologise to listeners beforehand. I'm up to play with all the Johnsonville names and players, and pronunciation I struggle with a lot of them, but I'll try my hardest, and I'm looking forward to the fixture today.
Well, we're about to have the last post being played, so we'll just turn our mics off for a little bit.
They went with songs to battle. They were young, straight of limb, true of eye, steady and aglow. They were staunch to the end against odds untainted. They fell with their faces to the foe. They should wear not on, as we that are left cry on. Age shall not wound them, nor the years condemned. At the going down of the sun and Thank you guys, thank you everybody. Had a great game and all the best.
Anzac Day, a special day in the New Zealand calendar. I hope you all have commemorated in some way those who have fallen on the battlefields, particularly World War I and II. Of course, remember all those that are in service at present in New Zealand.
This morning I was down at Petone Memorial Park where they had a wonderful service at 8:30, and what impressed me was the amount of kids that arrived there for the occasion, marched in the parade, and felt it was very important, but really enjoyed it.
Well, referee today is Nathan Pinder, his 11th Premier game. And he gets the match underway here at Fraser Park in glorious conditions. Just a light southerly, as this is banged downtown by the villagers. Underneath it is Serge Hollis, co-captain today. Out to the ever-experienced Jacob Wormsley. Played over 100, brought up his 125th game last year, fast approaching towards 150. As it's Avalon, oh sorry, shouldn't say this. This is mainly their home ground. It is Johnsonville in possession early, just over halfway. In possession now with the second five, Tuitama. Brought down in a great tackle there by Thompson. Here's Ahil. He brought up his 150th last week against the Wellington Axemen. And Eastwood. Gives it off to Serge Hollis again. So Petone on defence early in this fixture. So Eastwood again now, passing out to Delahunt. We'll come back for a penalty, and Petone have been ruled offside, said referee Pinder.
The game is just settling down. Both teams, in the warm-ups, looked young. When you say 150 games, there's not too many of them around in Premier Rugby now. But both teams look young and experienced, and they're not that big a forward pack. So hopefully we'll see some movement of the pull around the paddock today.
Well, we saw that in last week's game, Andy, with Old Boys University and Petone, both very small packs.
Yeah, Petone, the times I've watched them the last three games, or the first three games, if they move the ball, they've got some exciting backs, and I just hopefully they get away, do away with the kicking and just move the ball around the paddock.
Well, here's Eastwood marshalling the troops for the Hawks. Pressing forward here is for Amafu. Building nicely. Unfortunately, that time there, Sharp knocked the ball on. He was pleading for an early tackle. Referee Pinder has said play on. There's Sam Thompson, the lock at acting halfback. Takes it himself straight into Noel Delahunt. Here's Logan Henry. Messy pass gone backwards. Johnsonville thinking it was there, but not to be. Here's Henry again. Underneath it here is Vatu Wali. Watch out, folks. He's got some serious pace. Good tackling here by both centre locks from Petone. That's a knock-on advantage for the Villagers. They're 5 outside the 22 now. Logan Henry boxing it again. And the advantage looks like it's over. Here's Jacob Kennedy. He's wearing 23. It was mainly down in 14, but he is wearing 23 today. Lossie Filippo. Flat pass. Aline Davis. Wrestle and tackle. But referee Pinder has found a penalty. And this, another high tackle.
Yeah, with Lossie and Nani Tuivai in the second and centre positions, Petone should be very strong, and I hopefully we'll see them moving the ball into those areas rather than Logan perhaps kicking the ball away. It's possession's hard enough to come by now, and if they can keep it in hand and move it, I think that's where Petone could have a great advantage. It's 12 and 13.
Conley Alexander, first start for the season. Came off the bench last week. Played pretty well. Very active in the off-season was Conley Alexander, taking part in this thing called CrossFit, something that didn't exist in your day, Andy. Here's Letufia. Good carry there by Letufia. Logan Henry going again. Very short pass, trying to catch them napping here. Here's Alexander. Wrapped up well there by Jacob Wormsley. And Henry back up to Tuivau, the captain. But here's Katoa. He's getting super close to the line. One try last week to him. And Lockie Forbes. Good pass out to Davis. And William Davis is in for the first try of the match. As we look at the enemy replay. And that was brought the Hawks in, didn't it, Andy?
And yeah, they've moved the ball well. And Petone's done this the last week. They started in a similar fashion, moving the ball wide, moving it quickly, not kicking the ball away. So hopefully they stay in that same frame of mind. They did it against Tawa, and they had Tawa stretched for the whole game. But hopefully we'll see plenty of that football today. And I think Johnsonville have a team that's going to respond to that sort of football and play a similar style of rugby. So we could be in for a good running game today.
Beautiful day as well, too, for it. Here's Jacob Waikiri-Jones in the first 5 jersey today.
Who's walking back here?
That is Katoa, who's limping gingerly. That was after he made that charge towards the line in front of the posts. Here's Waikiri-Jones now. Conversion unsuccessful, so the score remains 5-0. 5.5 minutes gone here at Fraser Park. It was 2 years ago when these two teams played at Petone Rec. It was a chaotic last 10 minutes. Petone were down to 13. And I don't know how Johnsonville didn't win that game. 35-24 that result was.
Coney at hooker, he's a different shape this year to what he was last year.
Correct, yeah.
He's, as you say, he's been on this CrossFit, and he's... what college was he out of?
He's from WRFU College.
WRFU College. Yeah. He was terribly impressive last year, wasn't he? And a kid with, I think, a future in rugby ahead of him.
So here's Rajasamy, hooker for the Hawks today. First line out for the Hawks. Secured well there by Va'a. Good run here by the Hawks. Up towards the 10-metre line now. Here's Wood. Good carry again. Ooh, there, nearly a bit of a fumble there by Delahunt, but he keeps control of it. Bangs it down towards the 22. Oh, it's been lost in Hunter, and here we go, Jacob Kennedy. Jacob Kennedy picks up the error, but there was ended up being a good kick in the end by Delahunt in the first try for the Hawks here.
Whoops.
Staked that time there by Jermaine Pepe.
First game back, is it?
Yes, first game since that Jubilee Cup elimination final last year. So 5-5 with the conversion to come.
There shouldn't be too much problems with this one right in front. Yeah, Jermaine Pepe just not getting behind the ball, not directly behind the ball, and making his catch a wee bit difficult.
Conversion successful by the Hawks. They're ahead 7-0, or 7-5. Jacob Kennedy, another try to his name. He was a superstar at Wellington College. Was Jacob Kennedy. Instrumental in that quad win at Wellington College 3 years ago.
So he played through with the young lad from Petone who's down with the Hurricanes now.
Yes, that's right, yep.
Yeah.
Stanley Solomon, that's who we're talking about.
Stanley.
Down at the Highlanders at the moment. Good to see him here 4 weeks ago. Hopefully we'll get some game time soon for them. Here's a penalty for Johnsonville. The referee Pinder, he knows a thing or two about law. He's a qualified lawyer and he works as a clerk at the Supreme Court.
Dangerous man. Good friend. You need to be a lawyer to understand the rules of the game sometime.
Oh, yes.
Don't you? It's,
Pretty complicated business is rugby these days.
yeah.
Tuivale trying to disrupt. Picked up well here by John O'Bailey.
So,
Carry comes, this time here for Harry Rankin. Here's Bailey again. Been impressive this season, John O'Bailey. Ever reliable katoa. Out to Alexander. And Alexander with a good charge. Here's Tuivale. Tuivale building nicely. 10 away from the try line. Spreading out now. Oh, nearly intercepted that time there by Finlay Sharp. But it's been ruled a knock-on. So helter-skelter play here at Fraser Park at the moment.
just got to, both teams have just got to take a step back almost and control their game a wee bit. That was good defence by Jayville, and Petone have been looking to spread it a wee bit wide, and they've stayed inside their man and made it very difficult for Petone to make a breach at the goal line.
So scrum inside the 22 for the Villagers. Good to see Nani Punavai back playing. He did his hamstring pre-season for the Hurricanes. And
It must be a hard life for some of those boys, eh? Not getting, being on the edge. And Nani thrives. Well, we saw him finish last year as a top contender on the wing, and he's just getting a trot now.
here's Filippo. Oh, Lossie Filippo. Last week was along with Logan Henry in Hong Kong. Here's Tuivale. And he's nearly towards the chalk. This is fast play by the Villagers. Here's Brafe Ingram. He's down. And Brafe Ingram had the week off last week with a bit of a niggle. But he slams authority with Petone's second try.
A couple of weeks ago, I went up to watch the Hunters play, and Lossie was playing in that game there as a ringer. I don't think he's actually on their setup now, the squad setup, and he was outstanding. He was the last couple of years. He's played some pretty good rugby. He's a lot of pressure. He's been hard, and he'll be great with a bunch of youngsters in Petone what we've got now. And he's not frightened, and he makes sure the ball is kept alive.
So Waikiri Jones to line up this conversion. Or outside the 22. Oh, and he's shanked it. There's no wind to speak of. So we just had a quick cameo from Ross Plunkett. He made a cameo last week in our commentary.
Does he get guest money?
He's a giraffe hunter, what I hear. So.
Ask about the tennis umpire.
Yeah.
Giraffes and tennis umpires.
He's a very witty man, is Ross Plunkett. He didn't know his giraffe comment was well known until today. It's been a week since he said it. Underneath it now. Good take by Harry Rankin. He came off the bench last week for Petone. He was supposed to play for the Hurricanes Hunters against New Zealand under-20s last Saturday, but that game got called off due to the weather. Here's Wormsley. Good take under pressure from Ingram. And Eastwood passes out to Mahia Ahul. Building nicely here for the Hawks. This fast-paced game, and unfortunately for Eastwood, he's knocked it on in the process of picking it up. And the Villagers will have the scrum. course, the first 2 rounds of club rugby, Petone's scrum was pretty solid, but it came under pressure last weekend.
A lot of pressure, and like Koala Saki, is that how you pronounce his name? And Violota Vai, they're a couple of solid lads, tall, and they're making it difficult for lineouts, and they're scrumming extremely well here now for Jayville.
Someone said good scrum blue. I don't know which team because they're both blue. One darker shade than the other. Here's Thompson. Here's Jermaine Pepe. Out to Lockie Forbes. Back to Pepe again. There was claims for a forward pass, but officials have said play on. And Petone continuing to play this high-paced game. Here's Filippo. High pass out to Tuival. Over the top to Ingram. And Ingram fends off one. 5 short of the 22. 14 minutes gone here. 10-7. Petone ahead of Johnsonville. And Katoa. Good pass out to Forbes. Forbes actually started the season with the Premier Reserves, but he's worked his way back into the team.
And finished last year very well.
Plenty of depth at the club this year for Petone. Holtz and the Premier Reserves, good wins today. And we'll come back for a penalty in favour of the Villagers, and offside are Johnsonville. During the broadcast today, we'll be bringing you score updates as well. The other thing we're doing today, Andy, and you can also take part in this, is we're picking, thanks to Joe's Garage Wellington, one of our new sponsors this year. They've given me a whole stack of vouchers. So we're giving out Player of the Day today, Andy.
Ross Plunkett's already put his name in.
Oh, yes, hasn't he? So they'll get a $20 voucher. You can take part in this too as well. You can actually sign up to our 99-cent membership, which gives you comments rights. So there is a live chat, but it's only for members only, where you can write down who you think should be the player of the match, and that will help us make our decision today. Here's the charge here by the Villagers. There's arm out as well, Varnish to play with. Henry wants it quickly. Henry takes it himself, and he was slammed back into the turf. But we'll come back for a penalty. It's a double blast to the whistle by Pinder.
Yeah, I think if, like what we're seeing on the screen here, if we brought the cameras back, we just had to look up, and one pass to the right, and I think we were 3-on-1 out there.
So Petone putting down the scrum here. Of course, if we have an opportunity during the broadcast today, we'll show you a beautiful shot of the Rumetuckers. It has snow. Unusual to have snow on the Rumetuckers this time of the year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So front rows come together. At the back. But to keep the pressure on it, and Petone's lost it.
8.
That down there, Etofia couldn't control the ball, and Walmsley's going to try and run it out of the 22, but well tackled. That time there by Punavai. They used for an offside, but referee Pinder ruled the ball was out. So Johnsonville stuck in their 22. And no space for them to get out, so they're going to try and kick it out. And Della Hunt. Good boot that time. And that will land about 10 metres outside the 22. Line out for Petone. The control of that ball at the back of the scrum, Andy.
Absolutely. They've just got to slow it down a wee bit and don't be so anxious to get going forward. Control the pill first.
Well, the Petone women, Andy, have had another good day today. 83-0 over Old Boys University today.
Yeah, it's a good win for them, but I think every win has been like that, hasn't it? Every game has been like that, just about.
Here's Letufia. Goes to the offload to Rankin, and it works. Supported by Ingram. Here's Bailey. Taking into contact. And Sharp's involved in the tackle, trying to drag him towards the touchline. There's Letterfair again. 10-7, 18 minutes gone here at Fraser Park. Forbes, can he latch onto it? Oh, that's excellent work there by Eastwood. And he's been carried back, and it's going to be a 5-metre scrum for Petone on the 5x5 eastern side of Fraser Park.
Just want control now and slow the pill down a wee bit.
Well, while we wait for the scrum, here's some score updates, folks. Porniki 10, Tawa 0, 10-7 here. No score yet between Parramatta Plimmerton and Upper Hutt. It's 8-0 Old Boys University ahead of Hutt Old Boys Marist. No score yet between Norths and Wainui. 5-0 Avalon ahead of Oriental Rongotai. And 7-3 Wainui and Marta ahead of Marist St. Pat. So those are the scores around the grounds at the moment. So Petone with the attacking scrum, looking for better control this time. Johnsonville look to turn, and they've done quite well there, Johnsonville. Back out to Punavai, and he lunges over for a swan drive try.
Strong man, and that's...
Great work there by Nani Punavai.
Lossie, he ran a pretty good line to commit people to just hang off him a wee bit.
Punavai, of course, with the Hurricanes, but plays for Canterbury. But any opportunity he gets to play for Petone, he takes it with open arms.
Well, this is where he was born.
Yeah, exactly. Conversion successful. So it's a 10-point margin here at Fraser Park. It's Petone ahead. 17-7, 20 minutes gone here in round 4. Just a reminder, folks, that during the broadcast you can take part in picking the player of the day. To do that, you need to help us out. You need to go to our YouTube page and join our 99% membership. That gives you the rights to comment on our live stream to help us pick player of the day. There's a few contenders already. Only 20 minutes into the game, though. 17-7 is the score. The restart by Johnsonville. Well taken by Sam Thompson. Missed last week's game. He was to play for the Hurricanes Hunters, but he decided not to play to give some others a go. Got the start today, courtesy of Archie Schrader out with a bit of a head knock last week. The box kick, unfortunately, is a bit of a shank here by Henry. But it's been regathered by Petone off a Johnsonville mistake. Here's Forbes. He's thinking about going to kick it, but I think he got himself caught in two minds.
Yeah.
And that's a penalty. And that's great work by Johnsonville. And that was the co-captain there, Finlay Sharp.
He doubted himself, I think, a wee bit, and the Jayville closed the area down very quickly. Well done. Billy Peoples has quite a wee bit of influence in the game so far, I think, at 8 for...
Billy Peoples, product of Onslow College. Is it?
Right.
Yep. And previously been studying down in Canterbury. His debut for Johnsonville last year.
Just back from varsity, is he?
Yeah. Line out. Oh, it's an error here by Johnsonville. As Petone knock it back into the 22. Kick downtown by Petone, just in front of Walmsley, past the 22. Oh, he nearly grabbed hold of that, but he withdrew. Possible thinking it could have been a potential knock-on. Here's Pepe. Unfortunately, that has gone out on the full. So I didn't quite judge that one that time, Jermaine Pepe. I suppose it's a bit of early season nerves coming back from his injury.
Rusty, yeah. He certainly appears that way at the moment, doesn't he? I don't think it's a lack of confidence. I just think it's the speed of the game, because he's a very capable footballer.
Oh, Tuivau nearly disrupting the Hawks line out. Johnsonville do well this time. Charge here by Amafu. Centerfield on the 10-metre marker. Another penalty. This time there. Watching the ruck have been formed. Johnsonville, wonder if they might... Probably going to kick
You'd
the touch
almost
here.
have a kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going for the corner.
Seen that a fair bit in this Premier Rugby so far this year. Teams electing not to take shots at goal early on, wanting to play a fast-paced game.
I'm one of those old-fashioned guys. You know, if you're down there, get points on the board.
A few times last week they turned down opportunities at Neanville Park. Secured at the front by the Hawks. They put the ball into quarantine, drive it into the 22. There's Tuivau in the middle trying to disrupt things, and they're going to have to use it now. Eastwood gets it out to the back line to Delahunt. Here's Jacob Kennedy. Got to not say Hunter Kennedy. I know he plays for Old Boys University. Jacob Kennedy takes it into contact. They've got the advantage to play with two here to Johnsonville. Here's Raja. Taking it into contact. Oh, that's excellent work here by Johnsonville. That time William Davis rushed up, missed the tackle. And the northern end of Fraser Park inside the 22. Another advantage to play with, so Petone's discipline being tested here. Masaki takes it into contact. Loose ball here for Eastwood. Henry trying to get over the top. Will come back for the penalty. And a bit of push and shove in the background here. Something has gone on. Well, it's definitely not what the game needs because it's been played in pretty good spirits.
I'm sure everyone doesn't know what it's about. Well, they've separated, and no doubt the referees will have a... They've all pushed and pulled, and I don't think there's too much to worry about there.
Well, it's a pretty experienced referee group we've got here today, helping Nathan Pinder. We've got Matt Thomas, who refereed last year's Jubilee Cup final. He did the Colts game before, and John Bellingham, a former Premier referee, just runs touch these days. Is discussing the melee that has just happened.
And how are we doing for numbers there, Brad? Are they
doing a big push this week on the social medias where Referees Association numbers could be better.
Yes.
I suppose when we get college rugby starting very soon, it's going to put a big test on the numbers. Well, they've been summoned here, both captains, Hollis and Tuivau, two number 6 players. And having an earnest chat with both of them. I imagine this is just a stern warning that no more, and there'll be further sanctions to apply. Louisville's desperately interrogating referee Pinder. It looks like Johnsonville, we're going to have a shot at goal here once play time gets back on.
You want to stay within sniffing distance, don't you? You know, they wouldn't want Petone to be scoring again if they get this at 10 points. They're only try behind sort of thing. So
shot at goal here. There'll be Niall Delahunt, 16 points against Old Boys University in 2023, and that blockbuster game where Johnsonville dismantled Old Boys University that day, Helston Park.
This is right in front. So. Yep.
So back to 7 points, and we're having a substitution here. We'll see who this is for. We'll try and see who the Johnsonville player is that has come off.
Has anyone come off?
Haven't got seen yet, Andy, but we'll figure that out very soon, hopefully. Here's Petone for Wakiri Jones. Into the 22. Oh, knocked back there that time by Eastwood. Bit of a messy play. Tidied up by Jacob Kennedy. Slow coming here. Touched. One bounce over the touchline. And so Petone will have the line out on the 10-metre mark. That was... Looks like no substitution. I think Muffu was just having a rest in the 22 while that penalty was going on. Well, the line out unsuccessful for the Villagers. Here's old Johnsonville now. Victor Delahunt. Big kick down. Has it gone out on the full? Yes, it has. Unfortunately, it had a bit too much that time. Noel Delahunt, and we'll come back for a line out closer towards the 22. So 17-10, 27 minutes gone here. Great crowd here at Fraser Park.
They're slowly picking up. There's more people arriving. I believe a few of the Johnsonville guys didn't appreciate the game had been transferred up to here, and they ended up out at Petone.
Yeah. There was a bit of to and fro where the game was going to be played yesterday. Very late in the afternoon, it was confirmed to be Fraser Park. Ball's been knocked on there. There was trying to be an offload by Filippo, I think, to Punavite, which was unsuccessful. But it's going to be a scrum here for Johnsonville inside the 22.
No scrum's really been it hasn't been the dominant thing of the game, has it? They've been pretty evenly matched at scrum time. I think I saw the first tight head was last night for a long time. And I think it was more the halfback putting it in. He didn't put it in properly.
No, exactly.
They put it in their Locks' feet, don't they? But yeah, it bounced off somebody, and I think it was Crusaders picked up a tight head.
They sure did. Good to see Christchurch having a stadium after so many years.
Wonderful day.
Yeah, and it looks like an absolute beauty of an atmosphere in there. Probably up there with probably Forsyth Bar as well in terms of...
Well, the lovely thing is with it, it's like in Cardiff, you can walk out there and you're in the middle of the city.
Yes, exactly.
And that's, people don't have to worry about parking, or they can get transport into those areas easily.
The players' change rooms look like something from a hotel suite.
Yeah.
They had cushions in the seats as well. Kick down. Not the distance that Walmsley wanted, but Petone will have the line out, 15 away from the 22, northern end of Fraser Park. Here's some score updates from around the grounds, folks. It's 20-0 Horneki over Tawa. They're hoping for their first win this year. 7-5 Upper Hutt ahead of Parramatta Plimmerton. 8-0 Old Boys University ahead of Hutt Old Boys Marist. 5-0 Wellington ahead of Norths. 14-5 Orioles ahead of Avalon, and 22 points to 3 Wainui ahead of Marist St. Pat's. So some of those match and progress scores aren't going too well for my club rugby tipping. I'm second at the moment, but
yes. You think you've got it all covered, eh? Then
no, it always surprises you.
It's amazing, isn't it? Like OBU was struggling last year, and now they appear to be the team to beat this year.
Well, I was talking to Hayden Smith was in our broadcast last week when Petone played Old Boys University, and they learnt a lot from those 7 or 8 games they lost by within like 3 points.
Yep.
And I think there was a bit of character building for a lot of those young players. Here's the scrum for Petone. And Henry. Back out to Waikiri Jones. Punavai, big pass in front of Forbes, but he can't latch onto it. And it goes into touch, so...
Yeah, a wee bit ambitious, I think. Last night, watching the Crusaders game, I don't think I've seen as many good kick, what they call now a kick pass.
Yes.
And that was almost a situation where if the player had the ability to do it, that was on because the pass was so long.
Well, Pinder there, he nearly got taken out by the ball. Managed to get down on one knee like he was praying.
Ooh.
Awkward bounce to the ball, picked up by Forbes. He's brought down 2 away from the 10-metre mark. Henry up to Thompson. Spreading it out wildly here. Pepe Back out to Punavai. Nani Punavai charges into the 22. Offload out to Henry. Scragged around. Was that a high tackle play? Honest the call from referee Pinder. And the arms out. Here's Thompson. Playing well is the big lock. And here's Henry again. Big pass. Here's Davis. Hoping for try number 2. Lift of the leg as he's brought down. 4 away from the line. Henry searching forensically. Here's Katoa. And Katoa gets a try as his pants are pulled down in the process. And it's a try for Petone, and Katoa gets another try for the season.
Thompson's getting his body in some good positions, isn't he? He's a young fella that's, I think, the injury won't have hurt him at the beginning of this year, missing out. I know it'd be a sour pill to take, but missing out on that under-20 squad or whatever, I think it'll just give him that extra time to mature, and because he certainly is a talent in the making there.
Oh, exactly.
And the young fella who locked with him went to Marison Pats, did he? Playing number 6 now?
That's right, yep.
I can't think of his name, but, a couple of young stars, and given the ability to mature slowly and come along, I think it's all good for Wellington football, Wellington rugby.
No Waikiri Jones to line up this conversion attempt. And the shot is successful. So 24 points to 10 with about 7 minutes to go in the first half. And Petone out to a healthy lead. They were 2 years ago, but we know what happened in the second half 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Of course, last year's game was also super close at Helston Park. It was 25-17. Petone that day. Heard that Punavai's only playing the first half, Andy, because he's on limited minutes.
Oh, truly?
Yeah,
but he hasn't had a game for the Hurricanes at all, has he?
No, he hasn't, no.
You wouldn't think he'd be on. You'd think they'd be wanting him to play 2 games.
Yeah, well, no, just let them play.
Yep.
Here's Kennedy. Runs into Forbes. The Hawks get enough there in time to protect the ball. And it's a penalty for Petone. And over the top of that is John O'Bailey. Continuing on his fine form this season.
I think, I think that's a time when teams have got to be ready to tap and go. The whole Johnsonville team walked back with their backs to the ball at that stage. And you've got to have someone aware, a Roy Guard or someone like that, gone. And I think that's what teams have got to start looking at doing.
Well, it's a great crowd up here on the balcony at Fraser Park. It's just a shame the bar's not open. So Alexander throws to the back to Tuival. Logan Henry to lunge down to catch that one. Here's Letufia. And Letufia 10 away from the 22. Bailey wrestling into contact. Henry out to Katoa. Pass out to Letufia. Runs into Tuffa. Box kick again. I don't know if that worked out so well that time for Henry.
No.
It's a mark inside the 22. And so Johnsonville will happily kick this safely into touch. Good pass that time there by... Good kick, by Delahunt. 20 away from the 22, this Petone line out. Connolly Alexander played for Greytown in 2023 and 24. Also played 2 games for WRFU Bush in the Heartland Championship in 2024. And it's a free kick, as it's not straight and it was contested. One of these new laws that we're still getting used to after nearly 2 years. So, high kick here by Delahunt. Underneath it is Forbes. Safe pair of hands, Lockie Forbes. His brother Riley played for Old Boys University last year. He's in the Bay of Plenty now. His older brother Liam actually played for Hutt Old Boys for a few years too. Here's a penalty for Petone. And Serge Hollis is leading his case, but referee pinned it, not having a bar of it. So just about 4 minutes to go here at Fraser Park. As Petone successfully kicked this into touch, just short of the 10-metre mark, directly in front of our commentary position here at the ground. Let's have some score updates. 2014, Tawa coming back against Porniki. 7-5, Upper Hutt ahead of Parramatta Plympton. 20 points to 5, Old Boys University ahead of Hutt. 12-5, Wellington ahead of Norths. 35-12, Ories ahead of Avalon. And 29-10, Wainui ahead of Marist St. Pat's. Here, 24-10, then Petone firing on all cylinders. Here's Pepe into the 22. Oh, it's a loose ball. Tuival does well to tidy it up. It's been ruled knocked backwards by referee Pinder. Good charge here by Harry Rankin. Around the 22, kept through by Filippo. Who's going to win the race? And the race has been run that time by Vatu Wali Wali. He's been brought down 6 away from his own try line. And Johnsonville crowding to protect the pool. Ingram does a roly-poly in back play. Pass comes back into the 22. And Petone pushed back just outside the 22 northern end for a line out. Just under 2 minutes to go.
I think what we've seen in the last 10 or 15 minutes, we've seen Jermaine Pepe getting more into the game.
Yes.
We're being his first game for the year from injury. I think he's slowly warming, getting up to the speed, if you like, which is good for him.
Secured by Bailey at line out time. Here's Lutufia crashing in. Have a sore body in the morning. Here's Filippo. Big pass. Here's Davis. Can he get it to Pepe? He does. Pepe out to Lockie Forbes. Ooh. Lockie Forbes, the Johnsonville player, slips. Pepe wrapped up by Mafu. Just short of the talk. It's loose ball. Tied it up here by Thompson. And the big lock. Sam Thompson scores as we look at this replay, Andy. It was thrown around like an AFL ball, but they got the try.
I think if Lockie Forbes had a wee bit more confidence to back himself, I think he was in there too. But I think he was more amazed to get that ball in that position, if you like, and he gave it off. But once again, we saw Sam Thompson. I think we've seen him grow a wee bit, haven't we?
Yes.
From last year to this year, and becoming a pretty useful unit. Good to see for Wellington Rugby, I think.
So here's Makari Jones. Conversion to close out the first half. Stripes it, but drifts away in front of the posts. So that is half time here at Fraser Park, and is the home side at their temporary home ground today. Petone ahead 29 points to 10. Your thoughts on that first half, Andy?
A pretty fair indication of the game, really. I think Johnsonville have struggled to free up their ball quick enough to put more pressure on Petone. Petone have taken their opportunities, but what I think we're seeing is guys getting used to where the ground lies.
Yeah.
The ground's, like it's not north-south. It's a wee bit of a cross breeze. Difficult ground to play on. Similar when you go to Upper Hutt. Well, far easier to play with the ground going down the paddock.
Well, that's half time, and we'll have a bit of a breather here and be back in a few minutes for the second half.
81-0 as well.
I believe.
So, welcome back, folks. Second half is about to start, and as the home side, Petone ahead 29 points to head, 10 ahead of Johnsonville. And so far, it has been a great day so far for Petone. All their teams winning, the women having a big win, and the Premier Reserves and the Colts winning as well. So can the Premier side cap off a successful day here at Fraser Park for Anzac Day? What a beautiful ceremony it was at the start of the game, the last post.
Almost scary what the ponies are doing. They're another huge win. I just hope that the women's rugby can sort it out a wee bit so it becomes a wee bit more competitive.
Exactly. That's what we all hope for, the women's grade. I know there's more teams this year, but we want to make sure that the scorelines remain competitive.
Absolutely.
So Petone will be playing towards the western side of Fraser Park as referee Pinder gets the second half underway, and Waikiri Jones kicks it. Max Hoskins on in jersey 22 is because Nani Punavai has been played his minutes.
It's amazing, isn't it? He's given minutes to play, and he's coming back from injury, I know, but you would think the Hurricanes squad would be wanting him to play 80 minutes.
Change in halfback as well for Johnsonville. Toma Takuichi is on. He's wearing jersey 20. And I think there's a new number wearing 21. That might be Nahau Tipa. So some jersey changes, probably to do with sizing. Good charge here by Johnsonville. On the 10-metre mark, eastern side of Fraser Park. Delahunt gives it out to Jacob Kennedy. And Jacob Kennedy earns the penalty for Johnsonville. And Ingram 40 was over the top. But I think it was a Harry Rankin that came in the wrong direction. Jersey 22 also on for Johnsonville. I think that might be, well, I hope it is, Regan Herbert. He's heading in there. So it's been a raft of changes to Johnsonville in the second half. So, a good kick by Delahunt into the 22 here for Johnsonville. Trailing 29 points to 10, but a perfect opportunity inside the 22. Safo Ba'amafu has been replaced, hence why Regan Herbert is on the field. So Johnsonville looking for some fresh for us legs. Couldn't get the drive on that time, the Hawks, as Takuichi last year played for Old Boys University. He's made the move out to Alston Park. Tougher into contact. And so now Petone having to do the tackles. But a lot of far. Taking into contact. 5 away from the line now. And it's a penalty for Johnsonville offside. And a double blast of the whistle by Pinder as he consults with Toival. Kicking tee's been run out here by the medic for Johnsonville. I don't think they'll have a shot at goal.
They're going for the line out.
So they're going for the line out on the 5x5, northern end of Fraser Park. It's Lucas Uso. He's wearing jersey 19. Johnsonville, new major sponsor for their club this year. With the FISO group coming on, knock on by Johnsonville at line out time. So Petone will have the scrum 15 in, 5 away from their own try line. FISO group, of course, I'm employed by them, teach out at Whitby Collegiate, so I better say thank you to John FISO. Cameraman as well today, Lachlan Dyerberg, is a student at Whitby Collegiate as well.
And John's well?
John's very well. He's overseas at the moment, so
What about your boss?
Oh, Shelley? No,
Shelley?
She runs a very tight ship.
Yeah, good lady.
Great principal. Here's Takuichi. Watching Henry. Good push here by Johnsonville at scrum time. Filippo running it out. Crashing into Sharp. Pass back to Waikiri Jones. Got plenty of time and space, but he didn't quite kick it that well. And there's a bit of concerns here for Filippo in back play. He's not looking too flash. I think he's just going to walk it off.
Yeah. He's a strong lad, isn't he? He's very direct. And he's great with the young fellas.
Well, William Davis has moved into the midfield with Filippo. And Davis played in the midfield for St. Pat's Silverstream first 15 last year. So, opportunity for Davis to experience what the midfield is like at Premier Rugby alongside one of the best, Rossi Filippo.
And I don't think, like he wasn't feeling, I don't think, very comfortable on the wing just in that first half there. A wee bit of pressure on him, but that'll come as people get to know his strengths, as I think they've started to realise he's a bit of a special talent.
Here's Akuso, brought up by Serge Hollis. And Harry Rankin in there slowing down. Oh, loose ball that time by Herbert. And Henry runs it, still going, offloads it. But was that knocked on? No, it wasn't. So Petone still have it. They've managed to keep possession of the ball. Back out to Tuival. Still slow coming here for the Villagers as the box kick by Henry goes straight under Jacob Kennedy. Back out to Wormsley. Watch out when this backline for Johnsonville gets going. They can find some gaps. Here's Tipa. And they've secured it well, the Hawks. Big pass out this time. Oh, that was Sean Rankin heavy into the contact. Johnsonville really going to the reserves quite early in the second half. Here's Sharp now. Oh, nearly taken by Forbes. But it's been ruled a knock-on by Johnsonville first. And so Petone will have the scrum, about 4 metres inside Johnsonville territory.
It's interesting when you have so many changes, it takes teams 5 or 10 minutes to settle down into a pattern, doesn't it? At the moment, it's a wee bit helter-skelter. Teams aren't sure, or the new players aren't sure of where the game's going or how it's being played. We'll see it all settle down in a few seconds or a few minutes, I would think.
Some score updates from around the grounds. Let's have a look at some of those. 25-14, Pornicky ahead of Tawa. 12-10, Parramatta Plymouton trailing Upper Hutt. 20 points to 5, Old Boys University ahead of Hutt Old Boys Marist. 19-5, Wellington ahead of Norths. And 35-24, Oriental Rongotai ahead of Avalon. And 29-10, Wainui Mata ahead of Marist St. Pat's. So, like wild scoring games around the grounds today.
You look at the scoreboard, you look at where you're standing this time last week, Petone were on top of the table, lose a game and they're down in the middle of it. So it only takes it's a pretty even competition, if you like.
Here's Henry now. Out to Waikiri Jones. Good pass to Davis. Filippo. Out to Max Hosking.
Whoops.
And Max Hosking keeps it in. Didn't play the second half of the year, Max Hosking, for Petone, because he said in Horowhenua he had to go back up there. But he's back with the Villagers this year. Good to see Max back playing for Petone. Oh, a bit of a juggling act. And Filippo manages to knock it back in time. And does the circle around the moon, gathering pace. Hoskins does well here. And Henry back out to Thompson. Katoa finds Pepe. Oh, they got numbers here. Here they go. Lockie Forbes gliding freely. He's got Alexander, but Alexander knocked it on. Good tackle that time too on
Great
Connolly
tackle.
Alexander.
I don't think he was expecting the pass at that stage. He was, I think he was looking more to drive onto the ball, and all of a sudden the ball's coming to him.
So, 29 points to 10. No score yet in the second half. 9 minutes gone. Home side still ahead here at their temporary home venue.
I'll tell you what, it's a lovely track to be playing on, isn't it?
Yeah.
The sand surfaces, it's...
Shame they couldn't do the same at the Petone Rec properly.
oh,
Penalty here for Johnsonville. Side entry.
so I understand that this could be the home ground for the Phoenix ladies
Yes, it is correct, yeah.
football team in Avalon for the winter.
Yeah, exactly.
So it'll be a great facility, and if they get some seating around the ground, as I've heard rumoured, it'll be a great venue.
Well, it's pretty accessible. It's public transport's not too far away. Here we go. We've got some substitutions now for the front row of Petone. Katoa and Alexander are coming off, and they've been replaced by Caleb Saxon in 16 and Heath Tuival, the younger brother of Connor, in jersey 17. Both wear pink headgear, and the story is why they wear pink headgear, Andy, is so their mother can identify them.
Lovely.
Here's Johnsonville now running it out of the 22. Tony told to release. Pass back to Della Hunt. Kicks it down to Wolves Forbes on Petone's 10-metre mark. Passed into Waikiri Jones. Looked for some open pastures to see. Tries to get it over Wormsley.
Yeah.
But Wormsley claims the mark.
I don't think he needed that kick there. They could have moved it and kept it in possession.
Jacob Wormsley, unfortunately, that didn't work
Come
out
off
to
the
what he
side.
wanted.
Landed just above us.
He's been around a long time. Jacob Wormsley debuted in 2016 against Oriental Rongotai. Played Newlands Juniors, and his parents are heavily involved in the club. Seems to have lost him late in his career. Made the Wellington Bees Centurions for a few times. Free kick against Petone. And so Johnsonville will have the ball. Taken quickly by Della Hunt. Hoskins having to run back and get it. Passes back towards Pepe, just outside the 22. He goes for the light kick. Bouncing in front of Wormsley. Wormsley slips. And he regathers. He does well, Jacob Wormsley. And here he goes. Over the 10-metre mark now. Back out to Sharp. Sharp brought down a metre short of the 22. Takuichi. Now it's Johnsonville playing this sharp-paced game. Big pass out to Akuso. And Petone. Under pressure now. There goes Tougher. And they've managed to slow down the Hawks' advancement. Slow coming for Johnsonville. And they're just keeping it tight with the forwards at the moment. And loose ball, but there's a penalty here against Petone for offside. This is directly in front of the post, but don't expect Johnsonville to go for the shot at goal.
It's almost a mirror of last week's game, where Petone kept it in hand for the first half, and now they're starting to go back to the bad old days of kicking their possession away and giving the ball to the opposition to run it back at them.
I sort of the commentators cursed in. They are going for a shot at goal, Andy.
Yeah. No, I'd be getting if I was them, I'd be wanting the scoreboard to be ticking over as well.
So here's Noel Della Hunt. One penalty to his name so far, and a conversion.
He would have had some points
Yeah.
over the years, wouldn't he?
Plenty of points, that's
Yeah.
for sure. So Della Hunt.
Missed.
Well, unsuccessful. Seems when there's no wind, both teams can't get the ball through the posts.
It's like one of my golf shots.
So, 22-metre drop out here for Petone. There's Jacob Waikiri-Jones. Kicks towards Regan Herbert. Herbert slips off Hosking, but wrapped up by Connor Tuivau. Oh, referee Pinder nearly caught in a sandwich there. There's Takeuchi. Wraps up into the big frame of Sam Thompson. And Herbert. Trying to get over the top there was Bailey, but to no avail. Walmsley. Back out to Kennedy. Now they're running freely here, Johnsonville. And a penalty, and I think this could be a yellow card against Petone, as he's gone for a double blast of the whistle. And he is.
Who's the pocket, yep. And who's...
I've got a feeling that might be Braith Ingram, and it is. Braith Ingram has gone to... I think it's Braith Ingram. No, it's not. It's Letufia has been sent to the sin bin. So, Petone Letufia has a yellow card, and Petone are down to 14 for the next 10 minutes. And so a line out here for the Hawks inside the 22, northern end of Fraser Park. Just a reminder, folks, courtesy of our friends at Joe's Garage Wellington, we'll be giving out a Player of the Day award at the end of this game. And you can contribute to that by joining the live chat and helping us decide who the player of the match will be. Here's Kennedy now, wrapped up by Filippo. He's got to release him now, his knee is on the ground. Takeuchi. Back out to Va'a. And that's a penalty! And it's Braith Ingram that gets over the top and earns the penalty for the Villagers. He's been waiting all game to get one, and he's got one now. So Waikiri-Jones settle things down here for the Villagers. Will kick this into touch towards halfway. 56 minutes gone in this game. Petone ahead 29-10. No score yet in the second half. Caleb Saxon, new hooker for the Villagers, product of Hamilton Boys High School.
Oh,
Locked on by Henry. Uncharacteristic mistake. Might be that sun, that late sun starting to come down.
I think he was beyond the ball. He instead of being at the front of the line out to move on to the ball, he was past the ball and he had to go back to it. So he put himself into a bad position, really.
So
everything else was done well.
And so Johnsonville have the scrum directly in front of our commentary position. Heath Tuivau. He's got a long extend that time. I think that's been picked up by the assistant referee. He's up against a very experienced prop in our heel. 151st game for him today. Approaching nearly 200 Premier games.
Great day.
Amahia Aho. He played in the Lions in 2023. Has played for Marist and Oris as well over the years.
Absolutely. Tau had a couple of boys this year, I think, playing 200 games.
I think Serge Hollis talking to him before the game. He reckons he might be not too far away either. Fed in by Takeuchi. Strong scrum here by the Hawks. Now they go for a Della Hunt. Here's Sharp. Round to Tuitama. Kennedy looks to fend. He's brought down just short of the touchline. Has this been turned over? Has been by Petone.
Well,
But they've been penalised. No clear release. And so Johnsonville with the relieving penalty. They're under pressure there.
just a wee bit of discipline.
While we wait for the kick into touch. Let's have some score updates from around the grounds. It's 39-19, Pōneke ahead of Tawa. 29-10 the score here. 20 points to 12 now. Parramatta Plimmerton ahead of Upper Hutt. 27-5 Old Boys University ahead of Hutt Old Boys Marist. 26-10 Wellington ahead of Norths. 42-24 Oris ahead of Avalon. And 29-10 Wainui Mara ahead of Marist St. Pat's. Back here, line out for Johnsonville. And it's a free kick.
Not straight.
Not straight because North contesting issue on the laws as well. So a free kick here for the Villagers inside their 22. Kick has not found touch. So Kennedy throws it centre field to Jacob Wormsley. High pass. They weren't expecting that. Was Finlay Sharp. It's been tidied up by Tipa. Players for a penalty from the home side faithful. Not to be, said referee Pinder. Now they drive again. It's Johnsonville all off the ball in the second half.
Okay, ref.
Any advice in the second half? And that's been knocked on by Johnsonville. Jane Pepe lucky that time. Hosking there to tidy up. About 5 minutes left for the yellow card for Petone. As Pepe kicks down. Unfortunately, it's gone straight down towards Kennedy. And he loves to run it, folks. He puts the step on. He does well as he's wrapped up by Forbes. One thing you can say about Lockie Forbes, he doesn't miss a lot of tackles. There's the Hawks now. 5 away from halfway into Akusa. There's a penalty advantage being played here. And Pinder rules offside again. That's been a number of times now for Petone in this game.
They've gone, completely different game to what they were playing in the first 35 minutes, if you like. They're not putting any pressure on the ball. They're not keeping the ball. They're turning it over far too easy by their foot or by not enough pressure on the ball.
Well, the ball hasn't found touch. Petone are about to do a substitution, and assistant referee John Ballingwood to tell them to get back. Now the ball has found touch, and Johnsonville will have a line out. About 13 inside Petone territory. Jersey 19, Kingston Hill coming on for the Villagers. And also looks like Jared Carissa is coming on as well for Johnsonville. That is Brafe Ingram's afternoon done. For Petone, he's coming off, replaced by Kingston Hill. And Tuffa as well has been replaced for Johnsonville. 19 minutes left in this round 4 fixture of the Swindale Shield between Petone and Johnsonville. Petone ahead, no score in the second half. Now here's Hill early into the action. He played a full 80 in round 1 against Tawa. And Lossi Filippo straightens and potentially isolated. But no! The Johnsonville dugout weren't happy, and Hoskins catches them napping. But has he won too far away from his support players? They've got the penalty advantage now. Here's Hef Tuival. 4 away from the 10-metre mark. Henry finds Waikiri Jones. Pepe back out to William Davis. Looks to straighten. He's done well here, Davis.
Done very well.
Still under this penalty advantage, Petone.
Oh.
And Henry goes for a box kick. But they come back for the penalty, and that is offside for Johnsonville.
I think you have my, keep it in hand, lad. Keep it in hand.
Okay,
Keep pressure on.
Throw your ball away.
One thing about the game of rugby I've seen, particularly in TV as well, the amount of kicking. Just run it.
Yeah, we're seeing Northern Hemisphere have stopped kicking the ball. And I think we're slowly coming to terms with it as well, that, the possession you win is hard won. You can't kick it back to the opposition that easily.
Now this is the awkward corner for our camera. Unfortunately, it is good having a balcony here at Fraser Park, but unfortunately, the pillars stick out a bit too far, so our camera is literally halfway hanging off the railing here at Fraser Park. Here goes Petone, looking to wrestle it towards the try line. It's there with Heath Tuival. Now they've transferred it back. Caleb Saxon has it. They're still going. They're marshalling the troops pretty well here as Henry. Now they take it out to the back line. No, it's a low pass. Oh, was that around their head? No, play on is the call. And that's a penalty. And Lockie Forbes, I think that is Lockie Forbes, is holding like his head. Just accidental. So an opportunity gone bigging there for the home side. Here's the kick straight down towards Logan Henry. Plenty of time and space.
And he's going to kick it.
He will. Was he outside the 22? Referee Pinder and assistant referee Bellingham say no. He was on the line. About 15 minutes to go here at Fraser Park. It's a Kuso to throw in the line out. Tuival contests. It's Connor, and he wrestles the Johnsonville player into touch. But referee Pinder will come back from the knock-on by the Petone player at the front. And there'll be some substitutions. It's also Letufia coming back on, so the yellow card has expired and Letufia is back on.
He's played a pretty solid game. He's controlled the ball at the breakdown, and I think Petone will welcome him back on the track.
Last few years, Letufia has played for Wainui Mata. He's on the side of the scrum now with Kingston Hill at the number 8. This is a big push here by Petone, but the ball comes out in time for Johnsonville. Now they're running it. Ooh, into a heavy collision there. Jacob Wormsley does well to hang on to the ball. And Takauichi finds Herbert. Goes over the halfway line, 2 metres inside Petone territory. Now they spread it out to the back line again. And now they kick it over the top. Into Paya, the New Zealand touch rep, does well. Davis is in a difficult position. A risky pass back. And Johnsonville. It's been knocked on by Petone. It's bouncing around on the turf. But we'll come back for a Johnsonville scrum inside Petone's 22.
That was a wee bit risky.
Helter-skelter.
Yeah. Knowing when to just slow it down, take it in, get your troops behind you and work it up the track. I think Petone have been a wee bit anxious to get rid of the ball. And how long to go? About 14 minutes?
Yeah, 14 minutes to go.
So, you know, we've got... Petone wouldn't want Johnsonville to be scoring the points here. Otherwise, we could experience what we were doing last year.
Exactly. Even like 2 years ago, it was last 10 minutes, they only had 13 players on the field.
Yeah.
Now it's fed in. They quickly get it out of the scrum. Oh, solid tackle. Filippo on sharp. The chiropractor. And they've lost it, Johnsonville. Oh, was it a deliberate knockdown? No, said referee Pinder. And it will be a scrum for Petone inside the 22 on the opposite side of the field.
I'm pleased that's a good call. You know, he could have easily been penalised for... But his reaction was to get the ball, not to knock it down, I think. And you see that an awful lot where players are reacting, and it's only because they're good senses that they know that's where the ball is, and they get pinged for it. Hard work.
Yeah.
But that's the rules, I suppose.
So about 12 minutes to go. No score in the second half for either team. 29-10. Petone scrum. And pull down that time. And that's good victory there for Heath Tuival, the young prop. And they'll have the penalty.
And I think this is where Petone are letting themselves down at the moment. They're not playing the game at pace. They're waiting there. They're just going to the next set piece. They could have been away and right down the paddock.
Well, Petone bringing on 2 back substitutions. Rory Willett coming on in jersey 21 and Axel Dakin in jersey 20, alongside 18, Kitiona Talepa coming on. So Logan Henry, Jacob Wright, Kitty Jones. And I'll wait to see who the other player is that's been substituted for Petone. I think it's John O'Bailey. It is John O'Bailey. Is it John O'Bailey?
No.
Yes. No, it's Kitiona Letufia. John O'Bailey joins the back line from this line out. Secured that well by Thompson. Willett looks to split Walmsley and Tapar in between them, and he's actually done well with that kick there, so it's a good confidence finder there for Rory Willett. It's 50-22. No, it's not. John Bellingham.
I'm not sure what it is.
I think he's got the wrong swinging directions of the arms. Yeah. Side-on opportunity for John Bellingham. Well, Tuival's done well at the front. He's been a menace all day, and they have the ball, Petone. Axel Dakin in his second game. Impressive debut last week against Old Boys University. Scored a try as well. Another product of St. Pat's Silverstream. 4 years at Upper Hutt College. And he said to his father, I want to keep playing rugby, but I want to go to Silverstream. And he went there in his year 13 year.
His dad played with our kids, and the family, the Dakin family, was a great, the mother was a great breeder. I think she had about 10 kids.
Oh, wow.
They were a great family, and he's a wonderful talent.
Father was very helpful keeping our gazebo covered at Neanville Park last week. Bungee cords galore. He's kept it from blowing away. Here's Willett. Out to Filippo. Big pass out to Forbes. Hosking. Joe fends off. That time there, Tipper. And here we go now. Thompson. Flipped around the ankles. Petone into the 22. Oh, big hit that time. Excellent tackle made by Johnsonville. John O'Bailey felt the full force of that one. There's Connor Tuival. They're driving towards the chalk now. Can this be the first scoring action of the second half? This has been stolen by Johnsonville. And Johnsonville have got it back, so an error close to the line for Petone. Now they run it out. Here's the part 1-1. Slips past the tackle of Dakin. Running freely as Walmsley. Offloads it. And Dakin's over the top. Has he got the penalty? Referee Pinder says yes. Yes, there's an errant boot in the background. And great work there by the little halfback in his second game. And the kicking tee's coming out, and Rory Willett's going to have a shot at goal.
Yeah, fair enough. I was watching the Colts play earlier today, and Alex, he had Axel, I should say, not Alex. Axel, played very well, and when he came on last week, he took that try very well. He's he certainly is a talent, and I think we're quite lucky in midfield. We've got some pretty strong football players. We've got a young player in the Colts team too, Jacob Gibbs.
Yeah.
Who's a
real talent as well.
A real talent, and so with these young fellas, I just hope they get the opportunities somewhere to be recognised in provincial rep teams, or they don't fall off the edge, because if they're still at school, they'd certainly be considered for teams. And they're only 18-year-old kids, and we want them involved with the game, with the opportunity.
Yeah, we can't afford to lose them. And Rory Willett's penalty was successful, so it's 32 points to 10. First points of the second half. taken 32 minutes. Short restart here by the Hawks. Hoskins does well. It's been knocked backwards, but John Bellingham said it was knocked on. And so Johnsonville with the scrum, 5 out from the 22, 7 minutes to play. And let's have a look around the grounds and see what some of the scores are. Oh, it's tightening up at Kilburney Park, Andy. It's 39-33. Porniki still ahead of Tawa. 20 points to 12. Parramatta Plympton ahead of Upper Hutt. 34-5. Old Boys University ahead of Hutt. I don't think anyone expected that result.
I wouldn't think so.
33-10. The Axemen over Norths at Jerry Collins Stadium. 47-24. Oris ahead of Avalon. 29-10. Wainui ahead of Marist St. Pat's. I'm not sure if that's accurate. That stayed like that for the last hour.
It's hard to get the messages over the hill, isn't it?
We'll try and see what the score is on the other app. Sometimes they might have that. No, it's not on there either. Oh, here's an opportunity for Johnsonville. There's Jacob Kennedy. 10 away from the line. They've got a penalty advantage to play with, Johnsonville. There they go. Charging through Kaloa. And here's the penalty, and it's a double blast to the whistle. This could be another yellow card for Petone. He is reaching in. And who's going to the bin now? Oh, it's the captain. It's Connor Tuivale going to the sin bin.
His mother won't recognise him. He's just taken his headgear off.
Well, at least Heath's still on the field. Now they're 2 away from the line. They charge forwards, the Hawks. Can they get a try? Their second try. Been starved of points in this match. And now they go again. The Tony defence under pressure with 5 minutes to go. Could we in store for another crazy finish? Try time for the Hawks. As we look at the enemy replay, we'll try and identify who that player is that scored. Couldn't quite work it out. But the Hawks get their first points of the second half. And I believe that might have been Jared Carissa that has scored. We'll get that hopefully confirmed, folks. So 32-15 as Dallahunt lines up the conversion attempt. Not the same as 2 years ago at this rate, Andy. So, conversion attempt is successful. And the margin now narrowed ever closer. 32-17. Petone ahead of Johnsonville with about 4 minutes to go, according to our scoreboard. And they're down to 14 again.
They've had a fair bit of playing 14 aside, haven't they? Or 14. It's the third, is it?
Second yellow card of the game, yes.
Yeah.
Well, Petone just taking their time getting back to halfway. Expect Rory Willett at this restart to bang it down into the 22. Well judged, it's gone out on the full. So an error by Petone. And we'll come all the way back to halfway. Looking to see if they can do the quick throw-in, but referee Pinder has said no. And so it'll be a scrum centre field right on halfway with about 3 minutes to go.
Well, Petone have certainly played 2 games, haven't they? They've a game of 2 halves.
Yeah.
Johnsonville have tried hard, but they've just lacked the continuity, getting the second or third phase to carry the ball on. But they've done enough for plenty to work on. I don't think they can be too disappointed with the result.
So fed in by Takeuchi. Solid scrum. Petone putting a good push on. Now they have to zoom out here. There's Wormsley running freely. Brought down well by Hoskins and also Davis. They have to release now Petone. Well, they've got some numbers here, Johnsonville. Oh, it's a loose pass. And Kennedy has done well. I think he might have got a bit of a knock on the head there. I'll just keep an eye on him. Willett gives away a penalty. Unnecessary. So 2 minutes to go. Tony still ahead 32-17. But Johnsonville still sniffing a late comeback potentially. Well, Kennedy is back on his feet, so that's good news, but a bit of concerns here for the second five, Tuitama. He's
Been
just
pretty interesting last 2 minutes if they get up.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
So a line out inside the 22, northern end of Fraser Park, as the late afternoon sun almost disappears behind the western hills. Johnsonville get the line out. They'll give it back to Herbert. Herbert crashes into the 22. Last minute of play here at Fraser Park. Johnsonville score a try to close out this round 4 match. There's Carissa wrestling forward. Takeuchi. They've got the penalty advantage here. Hunt out to Sharp. Opportunity here, but sucked up. And Hunt still going to the corner, but he's in touch and will come back for the penalty. There's the ball. They want it quickly, but it's slow coming as Filippo's down with cramp. Now Serge Hollis, the workhorse, blindside flanker. They want to try Johnsonville. Petone doing their best to keep them out. They're down to 14. If Tuivo heavy in the air. They go wide. Wormsley out to Kennedy. Go for try number 2. But he's been clipped round the ankles. They pick and go again. Into referee's time now. Oh, it's messy. And I think Petone might have got this back. They have. The Villagers have got it. And they've got the penalty. Great reward on defence. And we wait to see how much time is left in this game. That's it, folks. As Willett one tip and kicks it into touch. And that is full time here at Fraser Park. As Petone get back to winning ways with a win over Johnsonville. But the coaches, I think, in the second half will have a bit to ponder.
I think they'll have a fair bit to say there. They the conditions, you know, the groundkeepers to be congratulated with the weather we've had this week. The ground, there's not a puddle on it. There's no mud. It's a superb testament to a ground. But the whole of the ground's like it. The teams have played well. I thought Petone's tight 5, for the longer season. I think they're developing as a good young unit, if you like. I was impressed with our number Sam Thompson at 5. I thought, and John O'Bailey, they did the hard work very well. And Conley, is it? Alexander?
Yeah, the hooker. Yeah.
I think he's got developed. I think you'll see him picked up by the Lions, with the Centurions team, and brought into it. A young fella from Wairarapa originally.
Yes, right. Yes.
Yeah, and he plays a game at pace, and he did it well.
Well, Andy, if you were to pick a player of the match, they're getting a voucher today, $20 from our sponsor, Joe's Garage. Who would you give it to?
Who would I give it to? I'd be looking at, in the first half, Conley Alexander as a hooker, or John O'Bailey, I think, would be right up there in that first bit.
Yeah.
In the backs, I think Jermaine Pepe, I think he warmed to the game.
He warmed
the
to the
longer,
game, yeah.
longer it went. I think he started to find his feet. But I think my man of the match, I think, would have to be our captain Connor.
Yep, Connor.
Yeah,
Yep.
who I think stuck at the job pretty well.
And he was good at line-out time as well, wasn't he?
Absolutely. But that's only my opinion.
Rightio, so we've decided...
Robbie Dugan will tell me different. He's just standing behind me. He'll have an opinion as well.
Well, Connor Tuiville, I will go with that as well as our player of the day. We'll interview him very soon down on the field. We'll get him over, present him with his player of the day voucher. But Andy, many thanks for coming on the broadcast today. Many thanks to our cameraman Lachlan Dyerberg, who's just gone down to the field. And I'm Brad Hudson. Ciao for now.
Thanks, Brad.
Thank you, Andy. We're here with Connor Tuival, who is our inaugural player of the match. A $20 gift card from Joe's Garage. So Connor, congratulations, well done. It was a pretty dominant first half, but tell us about the second half, because it got quite tight there for a little bit.
Hey, when you Johnsonville's a quality side, so it was always going to happen. Probably just a bit fortunate in the first half to really be on our game, so yeah.
You got yellow card as well. Some might argue why you got player of the day, but actually played pretty well, particularly around the line-out time. But tell us what that yellow card was for.
I think it was just our team's poor discipline within the 22. I just happened to be the unlucky last person on the receiving end, so yeah.
Oh, so a good win after losing to Old Boys University last week in terrible conditions. Different story today. Sunny and a good field as well to play on. What were the learnings from last week's game that you took into today?
I think we just knew that we had to respect wherever we were playing and whatever conditions were coming. So no matter what team or how our preparation is throughout the week, we're just going to come out firing 100% for every game now.
And next week, who do you play next week, and what are you looking forward to when you play them next week?
We've got Wainui at William Jones, so we'll be there old timers, so we know it'll be a tough game just like this one is today, so another day we'll have to roll up the sleeves and go hard.
Congratulations, Connor, on the win, and all the best for next week.
Cheers, thanks, bro.
But in electrical and mechanical contracting, complexity is a given. Finding a partner who can handle it all, that's where it gets simple. At NME, we spent over 30 years mastering the art of integrated solutions, from high-end electrical and mechanical engineering to comprehensive HVAC and 24/7 maintenance. We don't just fill a gap, we power the whole project. With a team of over 150 experts across New Zealand, we bring the scale of a giant and the dedication of a local partner to every site. NME, precision engineering, proven reliability. Visit us at nme.co.nz. Here at Huddy Sports, we love a good game plan. And when it comes to travel, our go-to is Louise Reddy from New Zealand Travel Brokers. Whether it's a sports tour, a family break, or that bucket list trip, she'll get you there stress-free with all the best deals around. She's local, she's experienced, and she backs the game like we do, and she's a great supporter of Huddy Sports. Look up Louise Reddy at louisereddy.nztravelbrokers.co.nz or email louise@louise.reddy@newzealandtravelbrokers.co.nz. Travel smart and travel like a pro. Blocked drains, leaky pipes, don't let plumbing problems sideline your day. Call the team, Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Mike has been our sponsor since the very beginning. From quick fixes to full renovations, he's got the tools, the team, and the know-how to get the job done right. First time, every time. Local, reliable, and always on time. That's how Mike plays the game. Find Mike Pinfold at Pinfold Plumbing at extra.co.nz 027 430 4351. Mike Pinfold Plumbing and Drain Laying Limited. Also Google Mike Pinfold Plumbing and let the pros handle the flow. Looking for the perfect place to park up? Welcome to Joe's Garage Wellington. Local legend based on Tory Street, where the coffee is always hot, the beer is ice cold, and the food is built to fuel your soul. From a world-class breakfast to kickstart your morning to legendary burgers and late-night entertainment with family and friends, Joe's Garage has got your back. It's honest food, great tunes, and even better company. Joe's Garage Wellington. Swing by, grab a seat, and make yourself at home because everyone's welcome at Joe's. Joe's Garage Wellington, 56 Tory Street, Te Aro, Wellington. The Hurry Hui. Hurry Sports captivating sports show. The Hurry Hui covers Wellington Club Rugby as well as other sporting topics of debate. Tune in on YouTube during the rugby playing months as host Brad Hudson interviews rugby players and other sporting personalities across the Wellington region and the rest of New Zealand. Catch the Hurry Hui streaming on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and wherever good yarns are heard. The Hurry Hui live on Hurry Sports.
Hi, Gavin Murphy here
And Cassie Murphy.
from G and Higton Funeral Directors.
Don't leave it up to someone else to tell your story. Do it now when you can enjoy being part of the conversation.
With a prepaid funeral, you can have music, readings and venue all chosen by you.
For your free funeral planning pack with everything you need to get started, go to our website at gnhigton.co.nz/pre-planning.